That was a good Q&A.
Yeah. I didn't see any questions in the chat when I scrolled through just now. Also, I feel like the shirt's too small on me now.
Sorry, I should have probed you there.
Yeah, you did. That was your fault.
Dude, you broke my camera. You owe me a new one.
Dude, that actually does hit your camera. That's scary.
Okay, and Shazam. Okay, we should be back. Sorry. What
So you were getting spammed out?
Yeah, I mean...
Were there actual questions in there?
Yeah, there were a lot of really good questions. Toby was asking bomb questions. Shelby had some good ones. Actually, just a lot of good questions in general. But yeah, the like sports guys group was on one, and Toby was flexing back. It's funny.
Is this shirt too small on me now?
Only when this part's in like this. Okay, now let me see. Do the thing again.
I feel like it's short.
You know what? I think I know a really good one. Here, let me just.
Oh, jeez.
I might have the.
Run off with hangers.
I might have the.
I'd be more angry than if you give me a bad shirt.
Oh,
that's your fun section.
All I was gonna do is pick out the merch one, but I don't even see where they are.
I'll wear that tonight if you want.
Dude, I might.
Actually, I'm not gonna wear it tonight because I don't want to be like, oh, you're the live stream guy.
Okay.
When they hire me.
Okay.
Or else I would wear it. And I will end up wearing those to work because
Okay.
he says you just wear a t-shirt, so I'm just going to wear that. Well, I do think this shirt.
Yeah, it's a little bit small, like at the waist zone. Yeah, so today was the first time doing like a Q&A or hangout where while I was reading the questions, there was so much chat, and not even just spam, but like chat in general, that I like had to catch up, that like it outpaced what I could read.
Dang.
Which is pretty tight.
All right, pick one of these out.
All right, is this my fee for picking out the clothes for you?
Yeah. My mom got my debit card today. It means I can fulfill your Venmo requests.
I do love this one, but maybe not the right first
That's
impression.
a little too cute. I don't want all my coworkers hitting on me.
Should I be looking in the fun section?
That yellow shirt is a lot better than it.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
that
dude.
one.
Try that on.
This one's perfect. This one says,
This one
I have
says,
a pocket on my front.
it's made of pleather.
What's pleather?
I think it's
Plastic
fake
leather?
leather. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do I look cool? Dude, for some reason, whenever I see this, I just get drawn to this, and I think, like, where's my motorcycle? Can you imagine me on a motorcycle, like, what's up?
And then the motorcycle is like you're not even touching it. You're just going like this, and you crash.
I'm sitting on it, but it's not moving, and I'm like...
And
and
everyone's
then
like,
some guy runs out, and he's like, get off my fucking motorcycle!
wait, have you tried on this one?
Yeah.
Dude, you had sweats this whole time?
I just got them.
From where?
My mom's.
And you didn't give them to me as tribute?
Do you want them as tribute?
No.
They're kind of long.
They seem super cool, actually. Can I try them on?
Yeah.
All right.
I like those, but you've given me enough clothes where if you want them, then you can have them.
Can I redeem that token at any point with your other clothes?
No.
Boys don't mature until about age 25 or 26.
Well, I feel pretty mature. Hey. Whoop-doo, I'm so mature. Straight, time to straight, bro.
Dude, my legs are wobbly. I'm nervous. I'm gonna just give these back to you.
Okay.
I forgot what you said about that token. Does it redeem?
No.
Damn it. Can we get this off my foot? Alright, doing that on purpose, sorry. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Dude, I have no idea where my belt is. What?
I said I agree with that. My dad sent me that, and then I said, yeah, I agree with that. Hope I'm not too famous or dead by then to talk to you.
Your dad sent you what?
He said that boys mature around 25
Oh, okay.
or whatever, and they said we'll talk about it. Yo, what's up,
What's up?
P.
What's going
Dizzle?
on? Did you knock on the
Yo,
door?
what's up?
Yeah.
Michael
My
Gunboy?
phone is,
Hey,
my
Michael.
phone's messed up. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, sorry, my phone's messed up right now. I wanted to say, wanted to talk to you about your Q&A, man.
What'd you think?
Sorry I missed it. I didn't get a chance to really look at it.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it seemed like a lot of people were there. I just wanted to see how you were doing.
Yeah, I'm good. That was a really good feeling Q&A. I really liked it.
How do you set that up?
I usually just do. See you guys. Enjoy. What's up? Yeah, I should be mobile again after that. As long as.
It was being a little shaky earlier.
Yeah. I appreciate you texting me about that too. I went to go check it, and it was actually off at that time, and I was like, "Damn!"
It was looking like it was about to happen.
Which is always good when I find that out.
But I like how the server makes it like continuous now.
Yeah.
So whenever it messes up, it's like.
That's better for you.
I mean, it seems better for you, which.
It's way better for me.
For sure.
See you guys.
How do you get a server, dude?
You have to pay for it per month. It's like $125 a month. Yeah, it's really only important for like IRL stuff, because that's when you lose connection. You would never lose connection, you know.
Right. Well, I'm gonna be doing a stream in a bit for making some art for I bought another microphone and I'm actually gonna like seriously start a podcast.
Are you doing a solo one or with someone else?
Right now my first one's gonna be with Ryan Goldshire.
Okay.
But I could do like a solo one. I'm not sure yet, but I'm making some like graphics, like intro graphics and stuff like that.
Dude, honestly, that is like 100 times smarter than like us trying to do one together. Like, you would be so much better off just making one on your own and then letting me be a guest on it with you sometimes.
Are you sure about that? I mean, I still enjoy our hangouts. I miss them actually.
Hold on a sec, Mike. What?
When you go to bed, will you leave the back door unlocked?
Yeah, or I'll just... Yeah, it's fine. I'll do that.
Alright, sweet.
Sorry, say that again, Mike.
So I miss them actually sometimes because it feels, you know,
Yeah.
I'm mostly by myself, so it feels like, you know,
Yeah, I want to do one with you. Like, I was planning on Sunday, if you were free then, but I want to do one with you soon, regardless.
Okay, yeah, we could do. I mean, I just talked to my dad, and I'm actually, he's pretty game for me to try this whole summer project out. He just wants me to get a job on the side, which is understandable, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
But yeah, like he's been helping me like kind of finance this whole little operation. My computer is really slowing down for some reason. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I gotta check my what the heck?
Ethan. Ethan. Yeah. Can you fill that water thing for me, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do I still sound all right?
Yeah, you're crystal clear.
Okay, cool. All right, but yeah. So he's kind of game for it. He even threw me like some extra money to get this microphone. And he wants me to start because I've been doing these gaming streams. But he's like, I need you to start making more serious content, you know.
Okay.
So I was thinking this episode I would have Ryan Gulcher come on. He would talk to me because he recently became a meme.
Like a famous one?
A pretty well-known one. Like, it got around. People
For what?
Definitely saw it. It was a picture. I'll send it to you in a bit. But it's like this. Look at this kid's face. His name just screams, "I play lacrosse."
Okay.
Because if you actually know Ryan, you know that he doesn't play like any sport at all. So yeah, it was pretty funny. I want to talk to him about that. He's writing. He's doing stand-up and stuff like that. I think he'll be a good first guest.
Totally.
You know?
I think that's an awesome first guest. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. And then I was probably going to try to have, like, I don't know, like maybe Augie come on and just do some funny shit.
Okay.
But yeah, right now I'm going to be probably streaming and, like I said, and doing a little art, like motion graphics work, tutorial kind of thing. Because I'm just going to call it, like, making art for the channel, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. For your channel.
Yeah, for the upcoming podcast.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I want to talk to you, like, probably on Sunday, just about the best way to approach this, because if I'm going to be doing the live streams consistently, I have a lot of ideas, but I want to get you on. Also, I want to get out there, and I want to talk to you about getting out there. Again, I have some things I need to clear up here for a bit, for sure, in terms of stuff with the financial aid office, but I do want to talk to you about potential ways to get me down there, because I do want to come down there and break the record with you guys, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
I just wanted to touch base. Been a pretty rough day at the Petrisky home.
Like at your abode in LA or in...
Yeah, my abode.
Okay, what's going on?
Abode. Nothing, just like some dumb stuff, like roommate drama stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So I wanted to just kind of talk to you, clear my head, and then talk to you about stuff in the future, kind of reorient myself.
Hell yeah.
With what I'm doing.
Dude, I think that's a great idea to start a podcast. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, your brother actually gave me his old table.
Oh, the one with all the designs?
Yeah, and I'm gonna use. I went to the fabric store and I bought 2 sheets of fabric, big sheets of fabric. So it should be pretty good.
Nice.
And I'm gonna call it On the Mic.
On the mic. Oh, nice. That's really smart.
Yeah. So that's what I'm.
How are you gonna spell it
right now? Oh, my regular name.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that you're distancing that brand from frickin' Zooted because it'll be more serious.
Yeah, I think what I'm realizing is that, like, if I put my name on something, I'm gonna want it to be better, you know?
Yeah.
And like I already set up, like you'll see on the stream, I've been doing the transitions and the deck and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen you doing that. I like that when you go into your. I like when you zoom into your face and then you're really close when your battleship is sinking.
Yeah. So I'll be doing more stuff like that, and I actually just bought another keyboard to kind of act as a temporary stream deck.
Nice.
So I got essentially a deck now, and I'm going to label all the keys until I get raise enough money. I wanted to talk to you about financing because I wanted to ask you honestly. You think if I made mugs or if I made apparel that one, people would buy it, and two, do you think it's too early to start a Patreon?
Like for the frickin' Zooted channel?
No, dude, that channel's gone.
You deleted frickin' Zooted?
No, it's just my channel now. I just changed the name.
Oh, to Michael Bukurski.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. So to start a Patreon for that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's ever too early. I think that you probably shouldn't expect a lot of Patreons to join in real quick, but
I see that. I feel that. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say the sooner you start it, the sooner you work out the kinks of your description and videos and stuff, and when you actually have a lot of fans and followers, that they'll be more inclined to become Patreons. So I don't think it's a bad idea.
Okay. All right then. Okay. So so then I should just get started on that early. Well, yeah, I wanted to run some ideas by you. What else do you think like I'm gonna need in terms of podcastery?
So, what did you get a good mic? What type of mic did you get?
I got the same mic that I have right now, just because it was $30.
Okay.
What do you think of that? Do you think that's like bad or?
No, I mean you've sounded fine in everything that we've done.
Okay.
Like, yeah, so you're gonna do a video podcast as well, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna use a camera, but I'm thinking like of having somebody come on and running. Like, I'm gonna have to make a new OBS profile.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking of what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the camera at a wide, and then crop in the studio in the OBS into shots.
Sure.
And then maybe have somebody switch on the deck for me if they'd be willing to sit there and do it with me.
Yeah, that would be sick. You have to get a girlfriend who would do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to have one, like, in general. But I don't know if that's really. I don't think you just get like. I don't think you get to just like spawn them in. You know.
Damn.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know. Yeah. So I'm not too sure what the situation with that is. But yeah. It would be cool. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I might be going. I want to go to Turkey. There's this girl in Turkey who invited me to Istanbul, so I want to go there.
Where and when did you meet her?
Like 2 or 3 years ago.
Via.
She actually like subscribed to my channel and everything.
And that's how you met her.
So,
And that's how you met her. Oh, okay. Yeah. Definitely. The first thing you need to read is Ray Dalio's Principles. Just kidding. That's just a book that everyone recommends. I have never read that, and it's probably good, but that was just a joke.
well, I don't have time for jokes, man.
Yeah, so the reason my GoFundMe was successful was because Judd donated $300 the first day, which was 2/3 of the amount, that was 100% of the amount that I wanted, actually.
Who is Judd, and how do I get handles?
He's just a pretty like wise older man from San Francisco who comes on my stream once in a while. He used to offer me like advice back in the day, but now just pops in once in a while to say hi.
Okay. All right.
Didn't only met him through the stream, but that was my secret. So I don't have any. I think make a good video, make a compelling video if you're gonna do a GoFundMe, and then that's pretty much all I'd say.
Okay, all right. Do you think I should cry in the video, or do you think?
Yeah. And if you can't, then just like fake it.
It's like, wah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Are you okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I just, like you said, tough day at the office.
I could tell from that cry.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial, right?
Wah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, wah. Ooh, boo-hoo.
Ooga booga.
Ooga booga, so sad. So what do you think of this, what do you think? What's this? Dude, I can't wait to have you on. This is going to be so good.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. And
What do you
dude,
think
honestly,
of,
no, sorry.
No, go ahead. I wasn't saying anything super substantial.
Honestly, like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just think.
No, I'm letting you go this time.
Okay. All right, I'm just a little cautious. I'm careful with my steps, but
Yeah. I just don't think.
I think that the
Before you finish that thought.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I wonder what you have to say.
I've decided to take a. Dude.
Wait, that one was totally by accident. Alright, what is it?
Dude, this is. Okay.
Dude, we have to just, dude, I might have to hang up.
I think in the past, I lack so much structure in making a podcast and like knowing what to do and when, and like actually just taking action with like making scenes and branding and stuff, that I think it's a really good idea for you to do it, because you're better at that, and you do it, and you're actually going to do it, and like you probably will do it a lot more than I do, and you'll probably do a better job than I would.
Do you think that this could save America?
I mean, America is already still number one, so anyone who says it's in trouble, they haven't been watching the same news channels I've been watching, which are Breitbart Interactive, and Breitbart Live.
Dude, I think that's the worst thing you could have said right there. For sure.
Well, what I'm trying to do is distance myself from the cat video by getting into more controversies.
Right, yeah. Dude, I have... So, does Brendan go on follow your stream?
I don't think so.
He said that he found me through you.
Okay.
And, dude, the other day, he's just been, I would just describe it as, at times, really pissing me off. He was telling me to look up all of these scary videos. I can't do horror shit, man. Can't do it.
I actually remember seeing that in the things. It was like he was telling you to watch them when you were playing a game, and you're like, yeah, I'll watch it after this game.
And then I did watch. I didn't even make it past the thumbnail of the video. That's how bad it was. But yeah, he'll come in there and I don't know, man. How do you control your audience more in chat? Is basically what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, that's a good question. You should ask that in my Q&A. No, I'm just kidding. I don't try to control the chat that much. I just, the concept of my project is that I'm living my life regardless of what anyone says. So that's like makes it easier for me to just ignore anything that people tell me to do. But it's a little bit different if you're doing like audience-driven content and stuff, So you have to find the balance there. But I think don't be afraid to ever just not do something and be like, no, I don't really want to do that. Because the more you stick true to what you want to do, you're going to attract people who like that type of stuff and thereby like you more as a person.
Instead of like people who are like, oh, this guy will watch any video you put on in front of him.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, alright. That makes sense. Alright. Well, cool, man. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base. Is pretty much it. You got a base. I have a base. As we do as influencers. We both speak English. We both have a respiratory system. So, and I just want you to know that, like, if I ever blew up, on the internet, that I would never distance myself from you or anything. I would forever and always, like, be
Dude,
pal.
my numbers on the Q&A were not that big, Mike. You need don't worry.
No, I just see your success, and it's easy for a lot of other people to get jealous. But I just want you to know that I'm not jealous in any way, and that I'm not being your friend because of your clout. And that I really value your friendship, and that I would do nothing ever in the future to stab you in the back with me succeeding over you because you're my friend. So just remember that next time you are thinking about me, which should be a lot, because I love you so much. So yeah, I hope that suffices. And again, thoughts and prayers.
The loved ones, absolutely.
Loved ones of the deceased. I'm sorry for my actions; they were absolutely reprehensible. And I would never. I'm an older man. I was a young man then. Now I'm mature and more thoughtful and conscientious of my actions, and I would never go for that behavior like that.
Didn't you do that like at the end of a podcast or something that we had done? Like you said something at the beginning of it, and then you said that like by the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
What did I say? Oh, because that was one of the ones that started to go a little bit sour. I think that's what it was. And I was like, man, this fucking sucks. And I was like, and I immediately started making jokes about Nazi Germany. Like right off the bat, like it was unprovoked, and somebody even said so in chat. They were like, nobody, Mike Likursky. Ha ha ha, Germany, like yes. Anyway, so I ended the podcast with you and I going, yes, and of course thoughts and prayers. I want to clip that. Like I want to put that on my channel.
Oh, dude, you should do. Yo, if you have anything from any of the podcasts we've done, you should definitely feel free to like take it and do whatever you want with it.
Okay, cool. All right. I wouldn't upload it retroactively and then like copy strike you for like my likeness.
The fact that you're describing these things in detail so much, it does bring to my mind the questions.
No, it should just be more reassuring. It should relax your mind. It should be like a smooth butter.
Okay.
For your mind, yeah.
I like butter.
Yeah, of course, everybody does, and that's why you and I are such great friends.
We both love butter.
We both love butter and talking about it. So, like, if you got a friend in me. So, dude, I'm doing these transitions and they're a little wonky, but I think they're working out. I think that's gonna be good.
Yo, check my stream in like 5 seconds and tell me what you think of this mankini that Ethan's gonna wear while he washes cars.
Dude, no, tell him to stop.
No.
Call the police.
Once you see this, you're gonna change your mind about everything.
Oh my god. It has American flags on it?
Yeah.
Dude, call the police.
Australia first.
Dude, Michael, you're in danger. That guy's got a weapon. He's got a weapon between those cheeks. Look at that, man. Dude, I don't understand, like, the raw, like, I don't understand Ethan's level of confidence.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
Like, not that he's a bad-looking dude. It's just like, I don't think I could. I just don't think I have that level of confidence.
I love how outwardly he portrays it, though, because it makes it really easy to comment on and understand when he's feeling confident and when he's not. And that's like so just valuable as a friend who likes to make fun of him.
Yeah.
It means a lot to
really
me.
Hone in on his insecurities.
Yeah, and his securities.
Yeah, and his securities and insecurities.
Exactly.
At the same time. So I'm going to be streaming, dude. I don't want to change the subject, but what you were saying was really, really boring. And I feel like I have more interesting stuff to say. So I'm going to be streaming on both platforms, and I think you should do it too.
Which one?
Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing that for about a month and a half now.
So you're streaming on Twitch right now?
Yep, you could watch this on Twitch too. I'm actually on a second YouTube account as well that I'm using as like a test for...
What the fuck? I didn't know that. What do you, like, do you like Twitch more?
No, not at all. I don't like Twitch very much at all. I don't think it's the right platform for my type of content or my personality.
Really? Yeah, it's like you're not a girl who has big boobs and plays video games.
And I'm not like a guy who like yells at the camera all the time and I'm like, buzzkill or whatever they say in video games.
Buzzkill, yeah. Oh, dude, I was on a crazy streak, dude. That buzz killed me. Damn it.
Buzz.
Yeah, so, no, I get that, man. It's like you pick and choose your battles, and you just have very limited options because you're so untalented.
That's exactly it. No, but you would do great. You would do great on both platforms. That's smart that you're restreaming.
Okay. Because, I just always thought that I was the more intelligent one. The better. I'm going to stop being mean. I feel like I'm being really mean.
I think you should be. I think you should be meaner and more often. But that's my humble opinion.
Okay. Do you think
at least with me?
To you, no way. But do you think I should just be a straight savage?
Dude,
be a straight sav?
That's the Michael Bikursky that I like. Is the really savage one. I like I like Michael Bikursky unhinged.
Unhinged. Do you think I should do you think when I do these podcasts that I should absolutely, if somebody says something stupid, I should be like, that is the dumbest thing ever?
Dude, I would listen to your podcast 2x more times than I 3x more times, 5x more times if you did that than if you didn't.
Insulting people.
Dude, because you know how many times I hear a podcast guest ask a question and someone responds and then he goes, yeah, and it was the fucking dumbest answer ever.
Yeah.
Then he goes, yeah, that's a great point, and then just moves on to the next thing. Like, why don't you ask?
You talking about Joe Rogan?
I don't watch a lot of Joe Rogan podcasts, but
Because I feel like Rogan's a little critical of people for sure.
yeah, that's true.
Like, if he thinks what you're saying is bullshit, he'll be like, no, it's bullshit. Here's why.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's like, I want to do the same thing, but I don't want to defend my opinion.
I like that better. I think that's smart.
Yeah, I kind of just want to be like, I think this is a dumb answer.
That would be
I think what
great.
you said is stupid.
And dude, you're the right person to do. Realistically, like, you have a savage personality in like a great and probing way, and like you probe society with the things you say, even if they are like offensive and like dangerous. I think that, you know, I think that your raw mind is awesome, and that's what I appreciate about you. I hope you know that. No, I mean like dangerous as in like they could get you in trouble for like if you said them to the USC administration.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
And like you might, you know, I wouldn't trust you around children, you know, below the age of 15 and stuff like that. But aside from that, like
Why does everybody make that joke with me? I don't understand. It was only that one time that I said and did that, and I mean, I told everybody that I was going to do it, and nobody took me seriously. I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I can only say so much before, you know, I do something, and you guys just have to believe me. You know, when I say I'm gonna, you know, hurt somebody or do something to somebody.
yeah, dude, if you did a podcast and you talked like, and you were like the person that you are, like that, like you are with no filters and no like windscreens, and you know, I mean, you can keep on your mic, but you know, just like if you were just yourself and that you had made a podcast and you said whatever you wanted, I would absolutely love listening to it. It'd probably be my favorite podcast.
Really? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
I think.
Do you think I could get away with saying the N-word? It's a really cool word.
I mean, you got away with it once, so.
Don't tell anybody that, okay? You're going to save my career before it begins. Alright, one second. Alright, but yeah, like what people do you think I should bring on?
Just people that you like and that you think are interesting.
So like Aaron Stillman.
Dude, I would.
Like Amanda Rome West. Tasha Fierce. Annabella. You bring Annabella on.
And Jess Horn at the same time.
Yeah. And I think it would be really good too if we could get some like people who are really, really good at articulating their opinions and are really, really knowledgeable on a lot of subjects. You know,
like bookworms.
Like
People.
Probably like I don't know. Jeez, who else would be like? We could have like Jess Park. Come on, Dominic Droulet. You know, people who really give a shit about me. You know, and who really want to be there. But yeah, I think that would be good. Do you think you have a good podcast voice?
No, so you're gonna have to fix that. You need to get someone else to do your voice for you.
Do you want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm Michael. I'm gonna say the N-word. How was that?
Wow, that was really good, dude. That was really good. I thought that I couldn't tell the difference between me and you for a second. I thought you took over my body or my skin. And I got a little frightened. I had a weird type of existential crisis. That definitely threw me for a pickle. So, alright. Well, very good, man. I'm going to start streaming right now because little Brendan is getting antsy and I think he has school tomorrow, so I don't want to keep him up too late.
Little Brendan?
Yeah, Brendan's my. I'm gonna try to make him moderator, but he needs to. I said, you know, Brendan, you are now the concierge of the chat, so you have to welcome everybody if you want to be mine. So every time somebody comes into chat, he immediately goes, hello, welcome, such and such. And I have to because he's really in love with Emily and Clark.
Okay.
So I have to like be like, when he starts talking about Emily and Clark, I have to be like, Brendan, cut it out. She has a boyfriend and it's me.
I don't know who that is. Emily and Clark.
Emilia Clark.
Yeah, I don't know who
It's
that
a
is.
It's a woman from Game of Thrones who plays Daenerys.
Oh yeah, the girl that everyone's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Dude, she's so hot, bro. Oh. Dude, I would fuck her. That's kind of what they say. I don't know if you follow like the news media at all. But that's what the news media's been talking about. Dude, have you heard about what happened with the Mueller report?
No, dude, and I probably don't even want to hear. Is it even?
No.
What is it?
Basically, Alex Jones was right the whole time.
Dude, okay, actually, crazy on that subject. This is gonna fucking blow your mind, and I know that you're not gonna believe me because I tried to trick you with this before. But I was listening to this health and fitness podcast, and this dude, which I don't listen to often, but I listened to this one, and this dude goes something about the frog's gay, Alex Jones, and then he goes, which actually, if you look into it and Google it, there was a chemical released that was turning frogs gay. And he was like, I told you that as a joke, and then you were like, damn, he was right. And then I said, yeah, I'm just kidding. But it turns out, I didn't look into it, but it literally might have been true.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, a lot of people diss him, and they're like, dude, this guy's an idiot. And it's like, well, I mean, the left has been attacking people in the media for years. Like maybe he has a bad attitude, personality, and character, but he may be telling the truth. And that's something that, like, I just think that a lot of people didn't consider. I think that they heard something that he said, took it out of context, and decontextualized it, and then virtue signaled on top of it. And that was really the issue of what was going on. But, dude, he was, like, onto the Clinton Foundation for years. And he believed, that, like, they were using, the Obama, like, the NSA and the FBI to spy on people. And it was fucking true, dude. Like, the Obama administration, they have been using the NSA and the FBI to spy on the Trump campaign and then report the information to the Clinton Foundation.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Like, the deep state was an actual fucking thing, and it's, like, still being, like, there's, like, Trump is, like, working on it right now. He's like, I'm working on the deep state. That's my best Trump impression.
What is the deep state? Is that the CIA and stuff?
It's like the grand government conspiracy that everybody says doesn't exist, but might actually now exist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty crazy stuff for like a mentally handicapped man. I was thinking too. If I was gonna do my own show, it would be nothing but satire.
Okay.
So I was gonna do a show called Data Conflict.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, just like InfoWars, and then like kind of have definitely drop some red pills, but also like for the most part keep it like lighthearted, fun, like offensive humor, fun.
Okay.
Be like, because if it's parody, I can really say whatever I want.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
crazy.
Yeah.
Unless it's like overtly hateful, like I could be like the Onion Alex Jones.
Yeah, so like what would be an example of something overtly hateful in exact words that you would say?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I'm going to recite to you exactly what I would consider that right now. Okay, so firstly, if I had said something along the lines of, I don't know, say, all Asian Americans, and, did you get that?
Dude, no, your reception.
Did you hear what I said? Or, did you hear the censor beep, though? I actually censored it.
No, I didn't hear the beep.
Oh, dude, that would have been perfect. Damn. All right, I gotta adjust my.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah, because it was literally like I was about to say something. Not actually, but
Yeah.
I have this censor button, which, by the way, I might even hotkey to one of these buttons just for fun.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
But yeah, dude, this extra keyboard was a great idea. I gotta find a way. So I could have, if I wanted to. This is something that you might want to look into if you ever do studio shit, because it is a really quick way to do things. And if I write the program to do it, I'll definitely send you the script and tell you how to set it up. but I bought another keyboard, like 87 key keyboard, and they have the function keys that actually go from like 1 to 24. So I'm using 13 through 24 as functions right now, just to get it set up and running. But eventually, I downloaded this program that's written in Lua, and you can program these macros on all 87 pieces of the keyboard to carry out like different types of functions. It's just that they don't always register with OBS. But you can also cue them to soundboards and stuff like that, and they won't interfere with your actual computer and what you're doing. So I'm going to look more into this, but I might just get a Stream Deck. But yeah, dude, I think one of my big things, like my biggest is regrets for the summer is I definitely should have come out there earlier, because we could have literally set up a studio in there, in your house.
Yeah, definitely.
For my room.
Well, but I am moving to another house tomorrow, so if we'd set up a studio here, it wouldn't have been. If you come out in the future, now it'll really be a good time for you to come out, because everything is just going to be way more in place, and your presence will be so much more appreciated.
Staying there? Are you going to be staying there for the rest of your life?
I will stay there through the end of the year, almost certainly, and then if I stay there through the end of the year, I will probably stay there after the end of the year for at least a couple months.
Okay. What do you like by the time if and when I graduate? Where will you be, and would you let me live with you?
Depending on your life choices and who you are as a person, absolutely. But I don't know where I will.
I'm the same person I am now, but
Okay.
more sad. I have more substance abuse problems, less money. I'm actually in a tremendous amount of debt. I've been disowned by my family. I cannot get a career because this little podcast escapade completely destroyed any hopes of me.
Dude, and let me ask you something. What do you think the odds are of you dropping out this year?
Slim to none. If I did that, my father would. He'd murder me. He would just straight up murder me. He'd be like, "Hey, remember when you were alive?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And he'd be like, "Well, it's not going to be a thing anymore." So,
okay.
And I want to get it. I'm really like, I had a conversation with him the other day because I was like talking about this whole podcast business, and I was like, Dad, like this is really what I want to do. Like I want to make shit because it's what I've been doing, and I want to develop an audience and career on the internet. I don't really want like an office job, and I know that trajectory in life has its own challenges and is a lot harder. But I think that you see me like when I put my mind to stuff, I really do accomplish it. I'm watching this climate a lot, and he's like, you can just stop right there. I totally think you're the kid to do this. And, I've seen you on television before because I used to have an interview show in high school. That was a live TV show. So he's like, I think you'd be great at this. And he watches my channel, he's helping me get subscribers, but he's like, you need to start producing more serious content.
That's awesome.
I just have to do that. And I think, I was like, I'll get the piece of paper, but I need you to know and understand that I really don't give a fuck about it. And he was like, I mean, that sucks for me to hear, but I respect that. And he's like, why didn't you make this decision earlier? And I was like, because I was trying to like make everybody happy. I wasn't really asking. But now it's too late to drop. You know what I mean? It's just too late. It's like I might as well get it and just.
What do you have? A year left?
You have a year left.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, like if I had 2 or 3 years left, I would have been gone.
I thought you had 1.5, and that's why I thought you'd probably be on the edge.
No. I had an opportunity because of the financial aid office and the administration to get it done, and we did a little secret deal, a little back deal. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends in high places, and we make deals all the time. And my deals are the best deals. I make the best deals. Nobody makes deals better than I did. And if you want to say that I colluded with Russia, well, I want you to know that there is a 0% chance that you're going to find anything about me colluding with Russia and Putin. It just simply does not exist.
Dude, that's pretty weird because I didn't actually suspect that at all about you getting that financial aid deal. I didn't think Russia had anything to do with it.
Yeah, well, I just want you to know that, I say some things sometimes I'm not always paying attention, but I got some news from a friend in Russia one time, and it is big. And it is some big news that is going to knock everybody's socks off.
Are we still talking about the financial aid thing?
Oh, yeah. want you to know, though, that I do have friends in Russia. I love the country. I've been there many times, but I have never colluded.
Wait, dude! It takes a lot of work to get a visa to go there. So you've done that multiple times.
I have done that multiple times at the age of 23 while also maintaining my education, yes. And what I'm here to do is I'm here to say that, I've been there many times, and I've talked to many people. Like I said, I have a lot of friends. And but there has, just so everybody knows, there was no collusion, and I did not betray the trust of the American people.
Now, you thought that all of America somehow... I'm a little bit confused, but anyways, to go back to what we were talking about before.
Yeah, again, I just want to reiterate that, thoughts and prayers to all of the collusion that happened when the Russia investigation. Now moving on to our next segment, here comes Michael Gary.
Dude.
Dancing time.
Bagursky. Yeah, that's what I do to Ethan all the time. But I think this next year is going to be so. My friend Clayton was in a similar boat. He hated college. He realized it was the absolute wrong decision for his life, like wrong trajectory, and had a year left, right? And he's like,
right.
I might as well finish it. I have a year left. And so he did the. Let me think. Yeah. So he did the year, and it was really terrible. And I think that this is going to be a brutal year for you. But if you can get through it and still pursue your passions, then that's great.
It's going to be brutal?
Well, dude, if you already know, the thing about college is if you can suspend or just not realize the reality that it's completely useless for doing what you and I want to do, then you can make it work. But once you realize that entirely, and you hate everything that is going on there, then it's really bad, and every day is terrible. But if it's what it takes to get through it, dude, then I support you, and I hope that. Also, Computer Robots said, yes, Michael B can do it about college, and Shelby just said Michael B would be great for a podcast just like this. That's funny. We have a podcast, but it's literally just me walking around holding the phone with you in front of the camera, and this is how we have the conversation. That's kind of a fire idea.
Yeah, I think for us, it's we're so hot and attractive.
Yes.
And we're so intelligent that anything we say is just automatically a podcast.
And what we're doing right now, I feel really highlights the features of ours that are most attractive.
Yeah, our ability to
bone structure.
Yeah,
bone width.
Our ability to speak extemporaneously and think on our feet.
Bone thickness.
Bone thickness. You just keep going with bones the whole time. I'm trying to say, we're good at articulating our thoughts, and you're just bones.
Big bone.
Our big bones, our little bones. Yeah. But yeah.
No, this is fun. I'm really glad that you called. I always enjoy getting calls from you, regardless of what you have to say, except that one time when, I don't know if it was a call or a text, but when you hit me up and you were like, dude, we have to erase the scenes where I put the girl in the trash can. We can't have this on the internet. And I was like...
Little did I know that would be the least of my worries after my language from a few nights ago.
Yeah, imagine if you were still concerned about scenes like that in a skit.
Oh, dude, I don't know what I was thinking at that time. We should have gone much harder.
That was a very developmental phase in terms of our experimenting with pushing the boundaries of society.
Yeah, and I think it panned out way better than we could have ever anticipated.
Yeah, I think that was great. I think that was a great experience. And then we went a little further on the next one, and then I think that the third time's a charm with Amanda Rome West.
It's gonna put us in jail, man.
Dude.
I think the third one's just gonna be yeah, you straight up just fuck it, you're going to jail.
Shelby, are you a sapiosexual? Michael, do you know what a sapiosexual is?
No, you need to tell me.
Okay, I want to know first, Shelby, if you are or are not that, did you discover what that means from the highlight of mine called sapiosexual, or did you know that before? And now back to you, Michael. A sapiosexual is someone who's attracted to one's mind rather than one's physical body or appearance.
Okay. Does that mean that is that like a disease?
Think about it like a sexual orientation.
Oh, so it is a disease.
Dude, bingo.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I wish, people understood how smart I was, and really appreciated me around here. Because if they don't start doing it soon, I'm going to remember all of their faces.
Damn, I was thinking about what I was going to say and I missed that. One thing, fuck, I don't know what I was going to say anymore, but that was really funny.
No, take a second.
Okay. Oh yeah, one thing that smart people do is they tell everyone else, to what degree they're smart. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm so smart. Is because I'm constantly reminding people around me that I am way smarter than they could ever possibly imagine, and that's why I'm so great.
But it's hard for people. It's hard for people who you talk to on a normal basis to understand how smart you are because purely they are not as smart as you.
Yeah. Most people are stupid, and that's why I should be in charge of them because of how intelligent I am. And it's like I wish that
I should be in charge of them.
Yeah. So you have to understand, like, for a person like me, Michael, stupid is a disease. It's like a disgusting plague.
Oh my god.
That has taken over the minds of our young Americans, and we need to eradicate.
Yeah, and it is such a shame that every single other person besides you and me has that disease. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that you and I are geniuses, but everyone else is not, is just, it's unfortunate, and it's hard for me to...
It's hard for women, too.
Children, minorities, majorities, men, adults.
You're forgetting the women, which is so typical of a man like you,
Wait. Is this turning against me?
Well, Michael, I am smarter than you, and
Damn it.
When I said all that stuff about how I would never manipulate you, I lied to you and you believed it because you are so stupid.
You accidentally show all of your cards without me getting famous first. You forgot your whole plan.
Oh shit, wait. Yeah, dude. I think, I'm excited, man. I'm excited I just want people to watch it and be entertained and to take something away from it every time. And if I fail that even once, the first thing I'm doing is going to the hardware store and talking to the lovely Latino woman behind the counter, Bianca, and saying, Bianca, I need the strongest, thinnest rope you have, and I need a nice, something that can clamp into a ceiling, and if you have a stool, just kick that one around so it's really wobbly. And, I'm going to head out. I'm going to take these things, $29.38? Okay, yeah, I can do that. I mean, I'm never coming back here, so, Anyway, all right, well, have a good evening, Bianca. I'm going to head out now. And then just take that and donate it to somebody who would need it.
Yo, have I ever talked to you about probably the most twisted thing I've ever seen on the internet?
Oh yeah, about the girl hanging herself?
Yeah, dude. Did you watch that?
No, I can't see that. It's just another dude. I cannot.
Dude, I can't unsee that now that I've seen it.
Yeah, I couldn't. When Brendan wanted me to see that fucking mannequin face, I can't even unsee that. That kept me up for nights.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on the couch. I was watching videos. I slept with the fucking dim lights on one time, which honestly made it worse. Not even gonna lie, it should have made it worse. I can't do it. Those types of videos of people dying, my face gets hot. It's I can't, bro.
Dude, that one wasn't even that. I think I don't really know how to describe the experience from that one, but that was visceral. I watched that and that's I'm a type of guy to make a joke out of almost anything, but that really fucked me up for a little bit of time.
Yeah, because it's a little girl, dude.
Yeah, it was really messed up.
That's fucked up. I had a cousin who committed suicide like last year. I might have told you this. I don't know if you remembered it. And suicide is something that was it became I guess not a part of my life, but it definitely was something that I had considered, maybe not so heavily as my cousin, obviously, but it's a thing that you're not coming back from that, obviously, but it's like I was in a really dark place in life, and I had brought it upon myself, and I mean, dude, I was in a dark place, and for her to go through with it, and me to look back at it now and go, well, that was just me being very selfish, you know. Like, for her to actually follow through with it, she had to be in such an incredibly dark place that, like, I can't even really, like, understand or comprehend. So I think for somebody to reach that point when they're 11 is, it's certainly grim, you know. It's like, wow. Like, I can't really even imagine what that little girl must have been going through. Like, she had to have been.
Yeah, I think her father like sexually abused her and stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Which is like, holy shit. Like, I feel upset even thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my stomach, like I can feel it like in my body. Like, my body's physically upset by hearing that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah. I'm sorry you saw that, by the way.
I think it was good to watch it. No, because what you're saying is totally true. Like, to be in contact with something that's like close to that gives you a stronger understanding of what it really means and like what it looks like and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
Not that those situations are comparable, because yours is way different than just seeing it in that video.
Yeah. I just think it's dude, it's like so fucked up. That's so fucked up, dude. Like, there's no way to really even sugarcoat that. Like, one, you bring a child into the world.
Yeah.
The child trusts you. They have no choice but to trust you. And you rape this child, right? Like, that's what you're doing. You know, that's what that person is doing. They're raping that child to the point where the child becomes suicidal because they can't even really like comprehend or understand their existence. It's disgusting. It's like the most reprehensible thing I think I can even imagine. You know, that's brutal. I don't even know like where to go conversation wise. Honestly, like it's disgusting. That's the most disgusting thing I think you could do to somebody. You know, and the world is full of disgusting things and people and things that have happened, and I would say that's up there. Like, I don't want to rank shit, but that's fucking up there, dude. I mean, that's like, I don't even know where to go with that. Like, it's the most sickening thing I think I've ever heard. And that person's a monster, and that man deserves to be, I mean, he did, like, honest, like, we shouldn't even waste the, you know, I actually heard a judge, because I read a case about this, about a guy who molested a bunch of children, and, you know, the judge said, I think a lot of people in this room believe the only expense that we should give, you know, to you is the dollars and cents that it takes to put a bullet through your head. But I think it's worth every penny to see you rot in prison for the rest of your life. And I think in a similar way, I think that's, I don't know. I think, like, if you kill that person, I think that they win. And I think that they should rot. I think that guy should have served, like, I hope he is. I at least hope that person who did that to that poor little girl is serving multiple life sentences. As somebody who has a little sister who's 6 years old, I hope that motherfucker is in maximum security prison, and I hope that every day he fears for his life and his safety.
Yeah, I don't think those guys typically do well in jails either,
no,
right?
Don't. They get killed or they get raped.
Yeah.
They don't do well in jail at all. I don't think. that person is the scum of the earth. That person is the worst person imaginable. You know, like, and that's how reprehensible and disgusting that type of behavior is, right? It's even to the point where the criminals say you're fucked up.
Yeah.
You deserve to die.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think, dude, like, it's just hard to even fucking fathom, like, what goes through a person's mind when they decide to do that kind of stuff.
And dude, imagine like you and I can't even like picture what it's like to have a kid. Like, that's got to be just such a, like, thinking about that. If you know, if it makes you mad now, like, to think about that once you have like that connection with like something that you've brought onto this earth, that's probably I don't know. I imagine that would really cause a boil of blood.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, I'm not, you're right. Like, I don't even have a sister. Like, I don't even have a little, like, I only have a little sister. Like, I don't even have a child.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's why, like, so many people in the Larry Nassar case, like, so many parents got arrested.
Yeah,
because,
for trying to, like,
literally assault Larry Nassar. And I honestly think they should have. I don't think I would have, like, if I was the judge in that situation, been so proactive to stop a situation like that.
Dude, honestly, when that clip from that like Facebook viral one of the dad being like, "Your Honor, just give me this guy in a room for like 15 minutes," like, I thought that was hype. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was like, they should have fucking done that, dude. I wish we had like a little loophole in our legal system where you could just allow that.
Yeah, I wish, honestly, like, in Texas they let a guy off who murdered the guy who raped his daughter, his 8-year-old daughter. I mean, I think that those people who do that kind of shit, especially to children, the parents should absolutely, before they go off to jail, should be allowed to fucking beat them in the street.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck those people.
Yeah,
you know,
someone from my chat named Shelby, talking about having the kid, says, "You cannot even imagine. There are no words."
Yeah, it's it makes my blood boil for sure.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. They're like, fuck those guys. They I don't know, man.
That's funny because like I there just are like so many things that I think that you and I will joke about, but it just, there are just like certain things that like aren't that funny. Yeah, like that's not very funny.
Yeah, like I don't think, like, when people online make like molestation jokes or rape jokes, I don't think they're very funny. I think that they're more of a comment on that person's character. I think it's one thing to use the term like rape in like a sense of like, something was absolutely demolished. Yeah. Or something sacred was defiled. Yeah. But in terms of like joke, I don't think that there's a humor in it. One of the videos that I've seen that pisses me off the most in those whole types of situations is there's a clip of like a mother walking in on her husband, like inserting himself into their own daughter's mouth. And it's like, I saw that clip and I like people memed it and like did a whole bunch of meme stuff with it. But like, if you really think of the reality behind what's going on in that picture, it's like a disgusting, traumatizing story. Was this like a porn joke, or was this like an actual situation? Oh, this is an actual situation. It's just like, I caught you red-handed. Like, it was. You know what? I think I know what you're talking about from seeing those memes. Now that you mention that, but I did not understand at all what that meme was at the time, and so it just didn't make sense to me. But I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, man. Dude, I think like, everybody thinks, oh yeah, you have a child, like, you're entitled to having a child, as if having a child is like a right. I think having a child is a privilege, and I don't think that I think that there should be a more extensive battery, in terms of choosing people who should actually be able to parent children without supervision. Just because I don't think that people shouldn't be able to have children, but I think it's just a conversation that people in America aren't ready to have yet.
You know what's interesting is like, one of the things that I think is like most profound, and probably one of the first like political points that I really felt like was stupid, is like, dude, look at the Alabama, like the fact that we still don't just like, it's not just like legal to control whether or not you have a, like, people should have every opportunity. We should be giving people every opportunity possible to prevent them from having a kid if they're not even slightly ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, everything should be geared to make it so that you can make that decision, and like, you have to be 100% ready to do that by the time, because like, I don't know, just like, yeah.
No, I see where you're coming from. I agree with you, and I think too, it's just like I said, like, people in the United States are not ready to have that conversation about that.
Yeah.
Like, we really think that, like, because we hear these stories of like, oh, she was a single mother and she raised a kid to be, at the age of 18 and everything worked out. Like, 99% of the time, that's not the case. And that's the thing that people really need to start, like, understanding, getting through their heads, is that also, too, a lot of things that would make a person a criminal would lead a person down the path of drug abuse or poor health decisions or poor choices are brought upon them in their upbringing. And
Yeah.
Go ahead. Because what I'm going to say is going to be a pretty in depth. So if you want to make a point, make it now, because I don't want to.
Oh yeah. Just like, and the odds of you raising a child that you don't want, like being a worse child for that kid and like causing that, is just way like ridiculously higher.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. So again, on this thing, it's called the ACE study. It's it's the Adverse Childhood Experience Study, and like it's essentially a 10-question questionnaire about like whether the child was humiliated, whether they were abused, and the people who presented this study were actually like bawling their eyes out, because they were like, so many of the problems in society would be solved if we just took better care of our children.
Yeah.
And it's really intense. It's like if you have a score 6 and over on the questionnaire, there's a ton of different things that you could probably potentially foresee in your life in terms of like substance abuse issues and stuff like that. And I think like I feel very opinionated about this, because I'm not so entirely sure how I feel about abortion. But somebody who was raised as a Catholic, I do know that it's wrong in the eyes of God. And I do know that some of my convictions are certainly based on my previous religious experiences. I think that a woman should try to avoid the situation of abortion as much as possible, and that it should only really be like a necessary thing. If there was some sort of accident, or there were, you know what I mean, like something like in that nature. I don't think, however, that I think that you're right. Is like we should try to avoid the potential of people having children as much as possible in the first place.
If they're not 100% like ready for that. Yeah.
And I think that comes with like there should be a license to be a parent, for sure. And I know that's hard for a lot of parents to hear now, and I think a law like that would have to be it would have to be grandfathered in. Like, we couldn't go now to all of the people who have children and say you need a license to be a parent. But at a certain starting date, like, a law would be enacted in which it's like, yeah, like you fit these qualifications where, you might put your child at risk. You might not be the best parent. You failed the psych battery or something like that. You're not allowed to be a parent.
Yeah.
If you are a parent, like, and the problem with that though is that if they become a parent, because it's really hard to legislate what happens behind closed doors. But if you become a parent illegally, there has to be some sort of system. And I don't think that involves taking away the child, but there has to be some sort of programming, like some sort of training program for parents. Definitely a lot of.
You know what? You know what would be a good
parents.
idea if they did like a class. First of all, you and I both have our own agreed mutual feelings about schools, but they should have a class in like high school called like parenting, where you fucking learn how to parent a kid. You know what I mean? Or like learn basic things that are important for like raising a kid or like being a good role model for your kid.
I don't know why that isn't a thing already.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's just the fucking surprising part, right? Like, I don't get why. Like, we learn so much about stuff that we're probably not going to use, and like I know everybody makes that argument, but it is really true. Like, the majority of stuff that you learn at that age is just exposure for you to really decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, you're absolutely right. Like, there should be, I mean, if we're doing such extensive orientation programs to college, there should be an extensive orientation program to fucking being a parent.
Yeah.
You know, and
for college. Yo, by the way, Shelby, who commented earlier about the abuse thing, she said, max respect for Michael B's opinion, but I have reservations. I think about the legislative thing. And then she said, go invent the class, Michaels.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Is like you can't. The legislation thing is like there should at least be a process of counsel and recommendation. I don't think there needs to be certain like a type of legislation that says you can't be a parent. But we need to have certain provisions in order to protect our children, one, from these fucking disgusting monsters, to going down and making poor decisions in life, taking education seriously. And if there's a parent that's missing, there needs to be somebody there that can fill that parenting role. And so I think a lot of the problems that we're facing right now, in terms of crime, in terms of drug overdose, a lot of issues that you're not seeing in the mainstream media because we're so distracted, you know, with this giant, like, leftist media mess about, like, stupid things like the Mueller report that never fucking amounted to anything. You know, we're having massive
Yeah, we actually do waste way too much time on both sides of the aisle talking about the most ridiculous shit.
The most bonkers shit.
Yeah.
Like it's time to really start giving a fuck. Like, if the Democrats want to cause going into the 2020 election, make it the fucking children. Like, make it about children and their protection.
Or like
what I mean?
anything, because literally all the causes that you hear from the frontrunners are so boring and absurd compared to America's actual problems.
Yeah, I don't get it, dude. I think it's the dumbest. This election is going to be. Now, one of the things that's actually going to affect us that I was hearing a few people talking about, like Shapiro. You know, people who definitely are opinionated, and I don't always agree with everything that they say, but definitely people who read, like, who do the research, you know, and who really, really give a shit about the opinion of the truth, and who aren't going to be, you know, they're not going to put Trump on a pedestal, but they're also not going to bash him for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
So one of those people who I turn to, even though he had a recent blow-up, I think in that regard, it honestly is Ben Shapiro. I think he's a very good voice of reason. I think he's very good, you know, I think he's a very smart man, and I think he's a very honest man. But he said one of the things that they're going to try to do is they're starting, like, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi are starting to target Facebook and specifically meme culture. I think that's going to backfire.
Wait, let me interrupt you on that for a second, because Shelby said they need to have a class for parents before they get too far into the pregnancy, just like women are counseled, parentheses, and forced to hear the heartbeat before an abortion.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You have to understand that you're bringing another human being into the world, and if you can't wrap your head around that and you're disassociated from that idea, then you shouldn't be a parent. And that's just my opinion. And I know that that's probably not a popular opinion with a lot of parents, especially those of poor character. And that's not a comment on, like, any sort of person in particular. But it's just, you know, like I think a father that leaves the home does less damage than, say, an abusive parent. You know what I mean? I think if a parent is absent, it's less damaging for the, and I don't know the statistics on this, I think this is just my opinion, but I think that abusive mothers, because a lot of times mothers can be abusive and they kind of just get away with it. I think that, you know, like, again, it's a conversation that we're not really ready to have.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the more that we talk about it, I think that the more everybody's on the same page, but I don't think there's going to be, I think a lot of this moral stuff that we're talking about, Michael, unfortunately is going to have to come from the private sector. I don't think the government's going to, I think the government's too not to really give a
Dude,
shit about
you know what's
this.
interesting is that the changes, I think, would happen if the education system was good enough to give people a thinking basis to be able to come to these agreements as a general population in a majority. But like that is also the underlying problem that prevents us from being able to reform the education system to ever create that wave of change.
Well, that's exactly the thing, and that's what I'm gonna use to kind of tail me back in what I was talking about with Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren and like Nancy Pelosi, or like Cory Booker, like all of these Democratic figureheads and faces, you know, like Nadler. Their problem right now is that they're attacking the president without any sort of regard for, one, the law and the Constitution of the United States, but also, two, they're not aware of the repercussions that this is making in terms of the silent majority. They're only hearing these loud, vocal minorities who are really comfortable with hearing the rhetoric, and they don't really understand that it's becoming an issue. So, you know, they're going to these things, these conventions with, you know, like, you know, like these certain types of communities, and, you know, they're saying stuff like, hey, there was a video on me that was doctored on the internet, and, like, Kamala Harris said this, where, like, you know, they slowed me down so that it sounded like I was drunk. Essentially a beat, right? Like what you and I would describe as beat. And she described it as a doctored video. And she called upon Facebook to take responsibility for this quote unquote misspread of information and really do something about it, or that the government's going to start putting legislation. These are active measurements. This is a kind of way this is a workaround essentially into the abolition of free speech. And for people like you and I, that's a very serious issue because they're targeting the platforms that we work on, like YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. So I think you don't care about these issues now, but I think very quickly you're going to start to, especially as we move closer and closer to the next election within the next 18 months. That's just my opinion. I know I'm not supposed to have my opinion, but yeah. So do with that what you will, you know. You know, I believe in you. You know, you're one of my closest friends, and you know, I'm sorry, you know, about all the things I said to you in there while you were in the bathroom. That, you know, the stream didn't get to hear, and I really apologize it, and I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. And if you would ever let me back in your life, I would come back in a heartbeat, and you know, I love you to death, Michael. Please don't forget about me.
I want to give away 50% of the future wealth that I make at some point in advance. And so, you know, I wasn't thinking about giving it to you originally, but actually after you said that, I'm really feeling like, you know, I should. So,
yeah.
You mind if I send over some papers?
Yeah, you should right now, actually, because, you know, like, what I said was pretty nice.
Yeah, that was great. That was
like,
really nice. I haven't heard that from anyone recently.
Yeah, I didn't have to be nice to you, but I was. So, you know, just, like, take that with a grain of salt. You know, understand who your real friends are, and understand that if you ever did anything to hurt me, that I would fuck you up.
Okay.
You know, and I would come after you. I would destroy everything that you loved. I would destroy your reputation. You know, I would try to take you down brick by today's brick, and just you know, cancel your life, Michael, and delete you from the internet. So just remember that next time you try to fuck me, Michael. All right?
All right. Well, yeah, that's good. That's definitely good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Wow, that was really insane how I said that, huh? LOL. That's deep. Totally joking. All the people watching would never.
Yeah. Michael's just kidding. That's why I'm crying right now. It's really, really hard to listen to Michael B when you are peeing like a racehorse.
Yeah.
I have decided to change the way I pee from now on.
Thoughts and prayers.
To my urethra.
What's your worst urethra story?
Probably getting chlamydia was probably bad for my urethra.
Oh yeah, you gave it to Jess Swan.
Twice, yeah. Pretty nice of me.
That makes two of us. Who had chlamydia?
Yeah. Did you have it twice as well?
I actually did, yeah.
Dude, you and we have a very special bond.
Actually, you want to hear something fucked up?
What?
I had it thrice.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had it thrice. You know, when people are like, were you a virgin? I'm like, no. I've had chlamydia 3 times.
That's so epic, dude.
And they're like, wow. I don't know if I should be impressed or sad.
Now let me ask you this. Did you get tests after you took the antibiotics to see if you had cleared it?
No.
Dude, it is possible that you, and maybe me too, have incurable chlamydia.
No. No. No, because I have gotten tested. My most recent time, I did get tested twice, but before that, no.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was being a dirty stomp around. I was like, use me, spit in my mouth, you know, like that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah. But you know, like, so no, I cry myself to sleep every night.
Okay.
You know, I'm really sad, you know, because I can't find a connection with someone. So I kind of just, you know, like I fuck around and I sleep with a whole bunch of different people.
Dude, so that would be really cool.
My body.
That would be awesome if I could do that. You know what I mean? But so imagine you were in that same boat, but then you couldn't do the thing that you're doing now. Then what would you do?
Wait, like the podcast?
Yes, I'm looping back to the podcast, and I'm going to just gloss over the comment I made about my sexual frustrations and go back to the podcast, which is what I wanted to talk about is the podcast with you.
Oh, right, because you can't have sex because you're constantly broadcasting your life.
Dude, the thing is, that's not the problem. The problem is me.
Why? Because you're an insatiable poonhound who is going to catch a case in 25 years? Or,
Poonhound?
yeah, or because you just...
No.
You're just not enjoying yourself. You're not living it up.
No, I just don't think girls like me, really, at this point in my life.
You're rich and famous.
Yeah, that's my plan. That's what I'm doing all this for.
Too, yeah, I don't think girls are like, I'll fuck him because I'm bored. But like, I don't want this guy to be around. So I think, you know, I'm in the same boat, man. I think we just need to get going, you know? It's like
Yeah.
Just sitting, like, I look at your stream all the time, and I just see you sitting there, you know, wasting your time, wasting your life, you know, not really getting anything done.
Dude, Michael, you are going to like this next phase of the live stream because you could consider everything that I've done up to this point to be practice and preparation. And I would say starting July 1st will be like the official launch of the live stream. You know, maybe in its final form.
Actually?
Yeah. Because there's just been like so much development, and I think that not only mostly technological development and like just honing things and like developing things. I think it's gonna be in a really good place.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, you like your technological. I don't even know what the right word for this is. Like technological expenditure, or not expenditure, but like research, like the level of research that you've been doing.
Yeah.
So far is absolutely substantial. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think I need to stay on top of it, of what's going on in the sphere.
That's what I'm starting to do right now. Is like I have a ton of videos that I've been watching and that I want to keep watching. Or like we'll watch later of just about like things with OBS. Like how do I do this? How do I do that with After Effects? How do I make this look like this? How do I get better? And you know, because the entire time I've been at USC, I've been teaching myself. You know, like I haven't really been being taught in class a whole bunch.
Yeah.
You know, and that's part
All
of
the
it
important
because-
things, at least, right?
Yeah. That's partly because, one, I don't trust government or like authority, and two, because like I have a really good computer. Why would I ever need to step outside? So for me, it's like
Compelling points.
Yeah, that's my main point, and that's why you should try to emulate, who I am and what I do, because, I don't want to be a dick, but I am, smarter and stronger and better than
Now, is it true? I read on Wikipedia that you have a 14 3/4 inch toe. One of your toes is way longer than the rest of them. Is that correct?
Yeah, and so I actually use that a lot in my creative process as a source of inspiration because it's actually 47 times longer than my penis. So I am constantly going, oh God, why did you do this to me? And I use that pain to really start to fuel some of the emotions and feelings.
Hey, artistry is pain, dude. Without pain, artistry is hard to find.
That's something I wish that they had told me earlier on. I think that they were a little unfair to me. When whatever power that be made me, and they were like, oh yeah, you're gonna have a great time. They told me about all the other. Oh wow, this really hurts. Why does this hurt so much? Oh, because it's gonna be like that forever. Really? Wow. Okay. Why? Just cause. It's just the way it is. Great. I love it. I'm super excited. So, you take the bad with the good, Michael. Sometimes you scoop, and then you turn, and sometimes you chunder, and sometimes you fucking rage face with your boys.
Damn, dude, I could go for some. Dude, should we play Rage Cage right now and Slosh Ball at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all slosh balled out after we just had our vagina party. So
The theme was girls and boys.
The theme was have sex with me. I mean, I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, no, that is accurate.
Yeah, what is it? It's like penitentiary men and scared women.
Girls that scantily clad tigers and jungle alpha males.
Jungle alpha males.
Yeah, we've never done that theme, but
yeah. Boats and sluts.
Boats. People have like really intense cosplay boat costumes with like moving parts. They're like, don't touch this. They're mad at the girls for getting close to them.
Like a little steam whistle. Like
yeah.
Yeah, man, I spent like 3 hours last night just painting the fucking captain. I didn't even get that much sleep. Yeah, I'm not going to be drinking today. Nobody's drinking? Okay, that figures. Everybody has really nice costumes. I wish we threw events like that where it was like...
That would be so much fun. I wish... Dude.
Yeah.
Literally every good event idea that I had was the polar opposite of what our actual events were.
How so?
Like, everything that I wanted to do was not what was done at events.
Yeah. Like, dude, I forget what. I had one that was really, really good, and fucking Piscini shot it down, but then they did it later, I think, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, man, it's just like, it's what we did. I was always into, like, the whole 80s vibe. I think it was, like, 80s and astronaut. Like, dude, we should do, like, an 80s party. That's so overplayed. Nobody wants to do that. And then they fucking did it. I was like, motherfuckers. Pieces of shit. Why
That's
don't
funny.
you suck my ass?
Yeah.
Huh?
And what did the e-board say to that?
They were like, you're fired.
You can no longer wear letters.
Yeah, in and around the house. Were you fucking dumb? You dumb bitch? That's basically what they said to me, and I was like, wow, you guys are really hurting my feelings. Don't you want to stop? They're like, no. Not at all. We kind of want to keep going. All right, well, I can't stop you guys. I'm not going to stand up for myself.
Dude, I didn't know you had this experience, and I'm so sorry about this, Michael, and I just
Yeah.
want to take
No,
this
dude,
moment to cry with you.
Yeah, I mean, my pain... I mean, my pain is so much more important than all of what's going on in the world today in terms of, like, strife and conflict. And
Dude! Damn. Shelby just flexed a little bit, which is a flex that's been made before, but she said, Michael Squared podcast is better than Ethan and Michael.
Damn. Holy shit.
And we're just having a conversation over Facebook Messenger video audio.
Dude, see, this is why I'm telling you, like, you need to abandon your life and come to me. Because you've been trying this whole Ethan thing out, and look where it's gotten you. You're sad, you're alone, you know, you're not very muscular, you haven't eaten in weeks, you have bags under your eyes, you know, you've been slaving away in front of OBS for the 56 subscribers that you have, so somebody will pay attention to you and you have the shot of having some sort of sustainable income for what you love to do and that you may potentially reproduce and have a family. And, you know, in this entire time, everything you wanted was right in front of you, Michael. You know, it was right here the entire
It's hard to hear, but it's good to hear it from a friend and someone who I do a better podcast with than Ethan.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's especially hard to hear it from somebody like I said, who would never hurt you, who would never try to bring you down, like devalue your opinion, call you dumb, all these great things, like a person who has a good head on their shoulders, who is, as you even admit, probably more intelligent than you are, probably more handsome, and just don't ever forget that. So I think you're good, man, and I think you're having a great time. I think you're doing what you love, and someday you'll be able to be like me, and you just gotta not give up.
So wait, but what if I was gonna make a savage joke, but it just kind of felt sad. I didn't want to do it, and then I couldn't think of. No, it wasn't even. I would have done it if it was funny, but I didn't think it was actually that funny. And then I just felt like I was gonna say something mean, and I was like, "Oh, that would be kind of dumb." So
no, just say it. What is it?
I was gonna say something about like a poke bowl and like having to go to another year of school, but I couldn't formulate it well. But that was the basis of the joke.
I could say something to you,
All right, all right. Let me hear what you got.
About not having a job and
no degree,
dropping out of school. Yeah, we could play that game.
Dude,
when cows come home.
Shelby said she just
lost. Both lose in the end, right?
You're right about that. But more importantly, Shelby just switched her loyalty to Michael B. She said that. She said, I'm going to switch my loyalty to Michael B.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And she has seen a lot of Ethan, so that's crazy.
Holy crap. Hello? That's insane. Hello, who is it? It's Cooper. Hey, what's up, Cooper? Hey, sorry, I forgot my surfboard. Oh, yeah, go for it. Absolutely. Just close the door on your way out, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. No, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I think, dude, the problem is right now, Michael, it's just like the distance factor is really what it is. It's like if we got a space where we could kind of just call it our own and just do what we do, I think.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you, Michael. There's a development that maybe you should know about. So you know how the place, do you know anything about the house that Ethan and I are moving to?
No, you haven't told me a single shit-looking thing about it.
Well, if you are interested, there's a video on my highlights channel called New House Tour, which if you want to see what it looks like after this, feel free. But I'll just give you a quick rundown. It's 4 bedrooms, and it's like a house. It's like a legit house with a backyard and stuff, with like dirty, dirt cheap rent from my uncle, because it's a shitty house. It's shitty.
So did you get like a Jake Paul house?
Dude, it is essentially a Team 10 house if the Team 10 house was in Detroit. No.
Is the house actually in Detroit? Or
no. It's in College Station, which is a great area. No,
it's a deal breaker. Detroit or nothing.
Dude, I fucking looked at houses in Detroit and seriously considered buying an $8,000 house in Detroit and just moving my whole operation there.
No,
I was.
wouldn't let you do that. You would die.
I was at a crisis point in the project.
As a friend, I couldn't let you do that and sleep at night.
Yeah.
I'd be like, wow, he's really in Detroit right now. This didn't work out for him. I need to go save his life.
But anyways, dude, let me get back to this meet that you're gonna soil your pants over. So it was me and Ethan, right? Originally, both of us were 100% gonna move into the place. Once Ethan was on board, he dropped out of school. Very responsible of him, and
Intelligent decision.
he only had one semester left. Dropped out. Lots of student debt.
Fucking Christ. Why did they do that?
It's so.
I'm sorry, this is such a bad
Dude,
idea.
it's so Ethan. To Ethan's decision making skills are like a majority of the reason why he is one of the funniest people I know. He accidentally puts himself in the funniest situations.
Like the situation where we were in Venice Beach and he was like, just the way he talked to that guy, and then the guy was like, say something again, I'll beat the shit out of you.
Pussy. Yeah.
Like he finds a fucking way. I don't know what it is about Ethan, but Ethan, that motherfucker, like that one friend that your dad always would tell you about, like the Gomer of his life. You know what I mean? It was like, let me tell you, I had this one buddy.
Yeah.
Ethan is that guy.
That's so
Ethan
funny.
is a guy that, he says, just the craziest fucking asinine shit all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. I don't even know, where it comes from.
Yeah.
He's had a relatively normal life, right?
I don't know. His childhood was pretty hectic. It definitely explains a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to I don't want to bash Ethan. That's not.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty racist, but.
Yeah, that was. Again, my biggest fear. Surprising. I thought you were finally just going to respect, that I'm a racist person and these are the things that I say. But
Dude, I still have hope for you.
Yeah. Please, if you have any semblance of hope for me, please let me know because I am not feeling good. You want to hear how I feel right now?
Yeah.
Wah. Wah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Wah monkey.
Wah monkey. Monkey sad. Monkey always so sad. Why monkey so sad?
All right, listen, Michael. The place. So Ethan and I we're getting the keys tomorrow. Okay, 100%. We're going to live there. There's 2 other bedrooms, and here's the deal. My best friend from high school, the guy who I made that High School Legends album with,
Clayton.
Clayton, and his best friend Daniel, who I also like, but was never as good of friends with.
Right.
They were both planning on coming out and living in the other 2 bedrooms, so it was going to be a full house, right? But
dude, just like a sitcom.
yeah, exactly. So we were going to have kids there that are actors and actresses, and we're going to film the entire thing and make 30-minute segments.
What can I say besides Full House?
Dude, that is such a good song. Like the You're Welcome original one. That's like a great song.
Yeah, dude, and I thought of that all by myself too. Like nobody helped me. I brought myself up. Mom's wasn't there. I had no father. I can't read good. It's all about the grind.
Dude, this has been a thrilling conversation in all aspects. We started off exactly where we are now, and we dove so deep into an actually really maybe the most serious topic we could talk about, and then we emerged and we're back where we started.
Like the most substantial conversation I think we've ever had. And, just fucking came back into, if we make it through the next year and we both don't die or completely destroy our lives, I think if we live together in that house, too late. I mean,
I'm done. I'm already out, dude. Look at me. I threw a cat.
Oh god damn! My buddy also. I showed you that video, right?
Yeah. But dude, mine was way worse than that.
I don't know, dude. You threw an animal, right?
Dude, mine was like 3 or 4x worse than that one.
You think so?
Did you see the clip?
No, show me it.
It's on my highlights channel. It's called.
I'm not gonna find it. Just show me.
It's called Me Throwing a Cat. Just go there and search it, and you'll find it.
Okay. I'm on. So what is it? Michael Gary live stream highlights.
Yeah, and you can. That channel is always linked in the description of my current live stream. If you ever just need to get there
I'm
quick.
just gonna go from here.
Or my website. You can always get there from the website too.
Okay, Michael, multi-streaming highlight channel. I also have a highlight channel where I post the most interesting moments. Okay. Well, looks like I have another one of your goddamn subscriptions. Because you just like to make as many channels as possible.
I've been thinking about making more too, but I'll save you the trouble of that for now.
Okay. The thing you need to do, Michael, I think, is feature my channel, because I feature your channel.
Michael, I actually want to talk to you about this. And then I have to tell you the rest of the story about the house. But on Discord, I saw you posted your thing, which is totally fine. But I have a section called Featured Channels, and I just added a channel for you now. So you're the only feature. I had another guy who was featured, but he got mad and left the thing. Because
why did he get mad at you?
Because Ethan redesigned the Discord, and I think he felt he had done like some work on it originally, and then Ethan undid a lot of what he did, and so I think he felt like disrespected, and so he was like a king with like the role, but then he just left. So I made you.
Dude, you have to change my channel name to Mike. You have to change it to Mike Bukursky.
Okay, all right, I'll change that to Mike Bukursky.
Yeah.
Do you want Mike or Michael?
Mike. I mean,
Okay.
it would be too confusing if we were both Michael, and I've always been called Mike. I've always gone by Mike.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's good now. And then I made your role a live streamer, so people will see that you also make content.
Very cool. All right, awesome. I'm gonna look this up. Me throwing a cat.
I don't even want you to watch it with me right now because I don't want to have to. I mean, I will talk about it, but it'll be a bigger conversation, and I'm getting ready to go to bed pretty soon. But I wanted to say.
Okay, I have it. Just let me see it now, and you can just hear my. I'm not gonna talk to you about it.
Okay, all right.
Graphically shows. Dude, it's all. Oh my god, I haven't even. I paused it because I wanted to say the time that my buddy threw a cat. It was like in the exact same situation, like a table.
Yeah.
Like was there. People were sitting down.
Super drunk.
I paused 8 seconds in, and this looks savage.
Yeah.
I paused right before the motion happens, and I'm just okay.
That's not the. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like a minute into it where it really happens, where I do it.
A minute in. Alright, hold on. Dude. Alright, I just have to watch the whole thing. Okay. Oh my god, you turned the camera up too?
Yeah, which is like 100 times worse for my
It
character.
shows the cat in, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Oh my god, Michael. Alright, hold on. If you just showed the action and not the whole thing, oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. I'm not gonna talk to you about it right now.
What was your gut reaction to watching that?
Oh, that was fucking hilarious.
That's like not good though. That's like really bad. I mean, dude, like that,
In
dude.
terms of my character, but like I think the thing is.
No, not your character. You're not you at all. But like me for like turning my camera up first of all to try and like not show that, and then fucking like doing that, throwing it, dude. Like I launched that cat across the room for no reason.
Dude, if you had kept the camera on it, you probably wouldn't have been able to see literally how high that cat got.
Dude,
That cat had some fucking hang time, dude.
I'm gonna submit that clip to a baseball team and see if I can get.
Yeah, like a pictureship deal.
No, but that was really bad.
Dude, there's much like, no, it's not. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think, dude. Cats are literally made to fucking, like land. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
that's true. That's true.
Like, that cat's like, what the fuck? Why this guy just put me higher than I was? And then all they do, did the cat walk away?
Yeah, it was fine for sure.
Yeah, you're fine, dude. Like, if you objectively hurt the animal,
Yeah.
if you like pegged it into a wall and it like couldn't get up, that'd be different. But you're
Dude,
just
that
like,
would be fucking insane.
yeah, then I'd be like, whoa, Michael, like, you need to go to therapy. Like, that was fucked up. Like, you shouldn't do that. But if you're just throwing a cat, I think the one that I showed you was worse because you threw the cat and it looked like it landed on some beanbags. But when this kid threw the cat in my video, he straight up threw the cat like at a person into bottles and like it hit its head on the table. You know, like I think that was much more violent for the cat than just going, I'm higher than I am than I was.
Dude, you're really making me feel better about this, but
yeah, dude. The thing is like what I've learned is that hurting animals is funny, and there's only a few reasons to really hurt an animal. Like if it's trying to attack you, if it looked at you the wrong way, if you feel like it because it's fun. And so yeah, I mean, I'm obviously kidding. You probably shouldn't have done that, but I don't think it's nearly as bad as you're playing it up in your head at all. I think you're fine.
I do think it's the worst thing I've done since I started this project.
Okay.
Well, definitely.
One time I blacked out and ripped a call box out of the wall and
Dude.
woke up on the street, so I think you're fine.
But the thing about that is like, yes, that is destructive and hilarious. There was no, aside from like the financial repercussions of whatever for that like hotel conglomerate that had to pay for their call box, like there's no like malice towards an entity that has feelings like there is towards a cat. You know what I mean? Like that's, I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? Like not to.
Yeah, I just think that like cats are fucking stupid, man.
I agree with that, but I think that it's still not cool.
They're like, I'm a cat. I'm so smart. No, but dude, honestly, like I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like it would be one thing if you like, dude, like if you punched a woman, like we'd be having a different conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because,
that would be bad.
Like, there is no reason to hit a woman.
I did kind of think about that actually, and I felt like, what if I'd like got in a fight with someone? Like, is that worse? Because like humans, we clearly rank ourselves higher on the table of importance than like animals. So is like punching a person in the face like worse than throwing a cat? You know what I mean? Like where's the line drawn in those situations?
Well, I think like if you had hurt the animal like more, it probably would have been like a more animal abusey thing.
Yeah.
But I also think too that like the person thing is like you would have gotten in way more trouble had you had hit somebody. Like for sure.
Yeah.
You got like there could have been a court date.
No,
like,
you're right.
There would have been legitimate legal repercussions.
Which is another reason why it's almost worse that it's a cat, because I'm not going to suffer any consequences from that cat. You know what I mean? Like,
well, dude, you're also, I mean, you say that now, but
I wake up and it has like this knife right above me.
No, or just somebody pulls it up later and it's like, I'm not going to hire this guy to film my daughter's wedding.
No, I'm 100% positive this is going to affect the rest of my life. 100%. Yeah, that's why this is like really hard for me to deal with. Like I spent a long time thinking about this clip and like should I fucking like get rid of this whole project and like.
No, not the whole project. Just delete the
Well, yeah, I thought about that, but then I was like, maybe I should just like do something complete. Like I went through so many different thought processes before I arrived at the fact that like this is the only thing I like doing, and I have to like be realistic if I'm doing this.
Dude, realistic doesn't mean fucking self-sabotage, bro. Like,
No, but the project itself is like 100% realism. You know what I mean? There's no sugarcoating, no glossing, anything. So that would be really the opposite of the intention of the project if I did that.
Well, dude, give yourself some you're definitely gonna have an opportunity to explain it. You know, if it like ever goes tits up like that, and I think you're putting the cart before the horse. Like, I think you should try to get to the point where people actually care that you threw a cat before you start to like go, hey, like, is this gonna destroy my life? Because if I like fucking if I had $1 for every time I thought my life was over, like, I'd be fucking so rich that my life would be great.
You could pay the legal bills.
Yeah, pay it off. But like, that's what I mean, dude. It's like, I wouldn't, like, don't stress yourself out about shit that you don't have to deal with yet. Like, you're just stressing yourself out. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I think. But dude, like, there's probably going to be some fucking pictures that surface of me, like Pro Jared or something like that, you know?
I don't know that story, so I don't know the reference.
My dick out,
okay,
like in an anime costume, or like, who knows, you know what I mean? Or there'll probably be something where it's like, oh my god, here's a picture of Mike Vikursky shoving, you know, a ping pong paddle up his ass, you know, or
I deleted all those, and I don't have them on my drive anymore.
Well, I want you to try to get them back. I really enjoyed those moments, and I thought, you know, it was moments like that really galvanized our friendship. And I'm not ashamed of my behavior. I'm just, you know, like, I feel like I've learned a lot from those experiences. You know, just like me and the boys and the friends and all my friends.
Yeah, me, you, and like a massive like thing of non allergent lubricant and
yeah, just regular old stuff, man. You know what I'm getting at. The good old 2-1. What you gonna do with it?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you know, you see what I see. You know.
I'm getting so tired.
Yeah. I'm trying to wear you down so you just knock out, you know? But anyway, I'll let you off the hook. I'm sorry for babbling so long.
No, this is a really good conversation. But before you let me off the hook, I have to tell you the ending. Yeah. So, dude, this is an up in the air moment because I talked to my friend Clayton, and he said he applied to this program where you go teach Spanish in Spain, right? And like, okay, but he's on one side of things a simple guy who likes things like that, and he would enjoy a nice lifestyle in Spain where he teaches English and stuff. But on the other side, he's very serious about becoming a musician and like living that lifestyle. And if he is serious about the musician thing, it's 100% clear it makes sense for him to come out here and live out here, make music, be part of this social experiment, get like exposure for what he's making and get better and spend all his time doing that in a creative environment with his friends, right?
Yeah.
But he's said that he's leaning towards picking the Spain program if he gets in. And if he does that, then that means that those spaces are open rather than filled. And that means that you could, you know, I mean, dude, I don't want to put...
Wait, there's four rooms, right? So
yeah.
Even if he does come, I can still hop in there or no?
Odds are if he comes, I mean, regardless of, even if both of them came, you could still live there and just like couch surf and like we would just make space for you, but...
Or like if there's a basement, like just like put me in the basement.
In like in chains and like feed you mutton.
Yeah. Feed me mutton, yeah. No, but yeah, like we could find a way to set it up.
No,
but you know, like I'm not gonna, you know, like I'm not gonna be in the shadow of somebody else.
No, yeah, it would.
I'm not gonna be in the shadow of somebody else for very long, Michael. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get tired of playing that game. But yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever. I just want to have a space where there's a bunch of smart cookies in the room, and there's a bunch of people who like want to make shit.
Yeah.
That's really what I give a fuck about. Like, I'm not like super like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, I need a place to live, you know, like I need food.
Yeah. I mean, this house is a beater. Like, there's no getting around it. Like, it is not. It's going to be the.
Does it have a basement?
No, it's because there aren't like tornadoes or whatever out here, so we don't even have those. Or I guess there are tornadoes, but it just doesn't have a basement. But it has.
Does it have like, where would you put me then if that was the case?
Well, it has a big family room, and it has 3. So there's a lot of ways that it would work. Like it is a sizable house. It has 2 stories. It has an attic area that like I'll be living in, and it has like a big backyard. There's space. But I don't know. It's complicated, but at the same time, it's very simple in terms of like, if you wanted to come out here, we would make it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, yeah, that's what I want to know is that if that's the case, it's not going to be a thing of like, oh, we don't have space for you.
Dude, never. I would sacrifice some of my own space before I said, Michael Bukursky can't come out and stay here.
That's fucking awesome. That's what I love to hear, man. And that's why you are, you know, you're a good friend.
But that being said, I talked to Bielecki and Sam, and we're not comfortable with you doing the camera stuff while you're out here. So keep that at home, and we should be fine.
Okay, that's a deal breaker because, you know, I'm just a man. All right, well, I'll talk to you later, Michael. It's been great, and I'm really sorry to hear all that bad news about you and your father, and how I never learned how to read. I am babbling. I am going to stop talking right now. All right, man.
This was a good brief call. I think we got to the points quick, and we moved on, and we kept it efficient.
I feel like we didn't belabor any points. If you want to call me, I'll try to be on Facebook as much as I can. Shoot me a text and I'll see it, and I'll just give you a call.
Okay. All right. Love you. Kisses.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Kisses.
Wow, that was a fun conversation. Podcast number 1 in the books. Yeah, why doesn't Texas have basements? Nader/Nader. How's it going? Why no basements? Put him in Ethan's. That was a big exaggeration on Ethan's part. That I saw his closet and first of all, he didn't even used to sleep in there for a lot. Most of the time he slept on the couch, but it was longer than this. It was bigger than this closet. It was like 3 feet or 4 feet sloped down, and he had more space than this closet. But yeah, we would make Michael Bukursky a space if he wanted to be out there. He would have space. Let's see what we got going on here. Chad, doing your mom. Yeah, you racist. Ethan's the funniest and best friend. Did he grow okay? Michael G, Michael B, Ethan, truly awesome and funny. Thank you, computer robots. I think that Michael and Ethan are pretty funny guys too. And awesome. Michael B should come to Texas. Ask Mike about the new Call of Duty. I think he might be streaming soon, Chad. Go check out his thing and pose that question to him. And he loves talking about video games, so he'd probably be very up for a discussion. That's really funny. I'm going to screenshot that and send it to him. Damn. Fart, please. Michael, are you practicing quieter P's for tomorrow's podcast? Yeah, I take viewer suggestions really seriously, and I actually shrunk the size of my urethra immediately when you said that to accommodate you and my other podcast viewers. And from now on, it should be almost completely silent when I use the bathroom. The only sounds you hear should be me wincing in pain about how constricted and high pressure the flow is now that I have a tiny urethra. We're going to try and make this the best sleep stream ever, because a lot of people want a new camera angle, so... Switch to sleep. And then... There. That is the new Michael's sleeping angle for the next few streams. I know that you're really excited about this, Shelby. This is a big development for you. But try and contain your excitement on the stream. Sweet, that should be good. This should appease many viewers of the sleep streams. My bad.